Hello, I'm Paul Pluta. Welcome to the Paul Pluta channel. I am the method actor who plays Archibald Chesterfield III. Remember guys, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel. Guys, I depend on paid reviews to keep full-time because Google Ads isn't enough. It's not enough, guys. So please keep the paid reviews coming. You could sponsor me on Patreon. You can help us out. Patreon viewers get advanced videos. They get secret videos that I make. Okay, guys, let's have a look here. I'm doing a paid review. This is for Ollie from Sweden. Hello! I saw some of your videos on YouTube and think your programs are very good with a twist of humor. I am 42 years old, working as an ethologist, and I've ordered the Breitling Superocean 2 Heritage 46, a decent price of $4,100. With the Milanese loop yesterday, he's told me where he's bought it from. That's okay. They've got no hookup deals with me, so I ain't gonna plug them. We'll get it in a few weeks. Chose the black dial because I think it's more versatile than the blue. Do you still think it's a good choice? Have you seen this in reality? Maybe you have more opinions about it since the last review on it. If you want to do a YouTube program about this, I'm more than happy to PayPal. Yeah, he's already sent the money. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing the review. That's certainly for sure there. So the question is, what do I think of the Breitling Superocean 2 Heritage? And I gotta tell you the truth there. I really like it. I really like it. He's got one on a mesh strap, and I think this is a perfect combo deal. I really do like this piece. Breitling itself there, I gotta tell you, there's quite a few models there that just don't float my boat. I'm not a big fan of the Chronomat. I'm not a big fan of the Colt. I'm not a big fan of, you know, there's so many models, they just don't push me. But I gotta tell you, when Breitling released the Superocean 2 Heritage, this is a model that I really love. I love that Heritage range. So these are very retro. They're kind of like a reissue in a slightly more modern size. Look, there are some Breitlings that use ETA movements. Some have gone in-house. I don't think it's terminal to have an ETA, a Valjoux standardized type machine in the piece. I don't think it's the end of the world. I would really say that I think the best thing you can do is you're buying Breitling. It's one of these brands you buy for its case and style and heritage. You don't necessarily buy it for the machine. Now, I used to be a huge critic, and you know, I kind of do criticize a lot of brands for not using in-house movements, but you've got to look at it and say, well, it was a different era. Patek used to use movements from Jaeger-LeCoultre. They've used so many other. They've used Lemania movements. They've used so many movements. So it's not really, Breitling is not a terrible brand there. I think you want to get a good discount. Some of the Breitlings, you know, you want to get a good discount because it's a tough market. But I got to tell you, the whole Heritage series, their dive watches, because Breitling, they do have a long history of these beautiful watches. It's not just something they've just churned out recently. Breitling used to make big monsters for pilots. They were really professional tools. That's what they were. They were tool watches. So I got to tell you, in all honesty, what do I think of the Superocean 2? The Superocean 2's got the better movement in it. The 46 mil. 46 mil for me is a little bit big. I think 42 is probably, you know, that's kind of the biggest size I'd like to get there. But but fair enough. The 46. I love it. I love it. I am actually honestly contemplating a diver. I want to buy a diver next year, and you know, yeah, you can go for a Rolex. Yeah, Rolex is okay, but I'm thinking of either going for a Panerai, a PAM 111, or a PAM submersible, or a Breitling Superocean Heritage. Now, whether I go for the Superocean 2 Heritage or the Superocean Heritage, I haven't really decided. I'll probably go for the cheaper one because money's been a little bit tight. Google hasn't been that great. I've got so many nice watches already. I've got to be a bit careful with the coin. But I think the aesthetics of this watch is just so cool. I love the shark mesh bracelet. I love the retro style. And I got to tell you, I've owned a few Superoceans, and I've always thought that the heritage version, it just pops. They just pop. Now, I got a good friend of mine, Rudy, who really says to me, Archie, I want you to get a blank pane. I can't get a blank pane. I mean, blank pane itself, they're a bit like Breitling in the sense that a lot of their models use generic movements. Blank pane is a great watch, but I kind of think I really like the Superocean 2 Heritage. I think it's a great model. The blue or the black, which one would you go for? I actually agree with you. I think the black dial is probably more versatile. Black goes with everything. The blue is cool. Don't get me wrong. The blue is cool. But my preference would be black. And that's probably because I'm biased because of the Rolex Submariners. I kind of see a dive watch and I think it's in black. But I really like the way the Breitling Superocean 2s, the heritage versions in black, just look so. I think they look very classy. I think it's a very classy color. It's a classy combo deal. I think it's a way to go. I think it's the way to go. So I can't say anything wrong with it. I mean, some people criticize it and they Breitling. What do I think of Breitling as a brand? Look, I've owned a Breitling Navitimer, which I really loved. I had the old Navitimer. It's a model called the old. It wasn't necessarily that old. It was from early 2000s, but it's called the old Navitimer because it had the date at 3. I loved it. I loved the dial. Again, you're buying a Breitling for the dial. That was a great watch. I've owned a couple of Breitling Superoceans. I had one about 18 months ago, and I sold it. Really minty, really minty, nice example. I don't think I should have sold it. I mean, it was just beautiful. Okay, it wasn't a heritage. It wasn't as cool as the heritage, but it was a decent, good diver. I mean, it was something you could. It was a great watch. It was a great watch. So I actually do like Breitling. I am drawn to the brand. I think they are quality. And I got to tell you, I had a problem with my old Navitimer many years ago. I sent the bracelet in. It broke. What actually happened was how the bracelet attaches. It has this solid pin, and that got damaged. They did the bloody repair on the bracelet for free. I can't see Rolex doing nothing for free. So I've always been pretty impressed with Breitling. Sometimes the service center gets a little bit slack. You know, I was trying to get some links when I had the Breitling Superocean, and they wanted me to send the whole bloody thing down, and it was just a schmozzle. But eventually it all sorted out and it was all fine. But Breitling themselves there, what do I say? I think it's a good brand. I really do. I'd rather have a Breitling than a Tag Heuer. I'd rather have a Breitling Superocean than an Omega Seamaster. It's probably on par with the Planet Ocean. You know, that's my own feeling on it. I think they're a great watch. I love the Heritage. I would have one in a heartbeat. I'd have one in a heartbeat. As I said, you know, I'm looking at getting a diver in 2018. I'd probably get a Breitling. I know that friends would say, "Oh, how could you?" Well, I quite like the design of it, and I don't want to go out for a blank paint. It's a little bit high for me. So yes, I think the Breitling dive watches, they're cool. Very, very cool pieces. I'm Archie Luxury. This is the Poor Pluta channel. Tell me what you guys think of that.